Well, not even just that, but he started like kind of this weird doctrine.
Yeah, fuck no, because pedophiles love little kids. If you want to spread your religion, that's perfectly fine. But like,
this is not religion. This is human rights.
Jesus Christ.
This is human rights.
I'm a human right. I have my own human rights. Half of the shit that you guys have put in there is fake shit. The fact is that stop coming onto college campuses and harassing people. And
do you even know what human rights is?
Yeah, I do, because I've had a fucking abortion because I was fucking raped.
Okay. Do you know what human rights? Human rights.
Human rights means that everybody has a choice. Every single person should have a choice.
Well, you're taking away the choice of one human being.
No, I don't care. I don't care about your religion. I don't care about.
So you're not about human rights.
No. Let me speak. Emmy, be quiet. Let me speak, because I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you, but I am saying that using Jesus Christ and using that as like a. Thank you, King. Thank you. Because the fact is that I've had an abortion. I'm not going to sit here and say that you don't have the right to think like that, because you do have the right to think like that. You have every single right to think like that. But I've seen you guys come on this campus before, and I've seen the way
we've been kicked off every time we come. This is the first time we're allowed to come on.
And I'm glad that you got the right.
So don't brush me with a broad brush and judge me.
No, I'm not going to sit here and judge you.
But you just did.
No, I didn't, because the fact is I'm saying that you have the right to think whatever you want to think. That's not judging you. That's saying you have the right to think whatever you want to think. But coming onto a college campus and trying to say, oh, well, this is what you guys should think, because what's this? Sex?
Where does it say? Where does it say?
Rapists and pedophiles.
Okay, well, hold on.
Rapists like touching little kids. Pedophiles like touching little kids. Everybody in this situation, yes, I agree with you. Pedophiles love abortion, but you want to know what they also like? Little kids. They like little kids.
Okay, so when they rape women.
Okay, they can also.
Okay, hold on. Let me talk.
I'm letting you talk.
When they rape women, they're for the women going to get an abortion. Right?
I don't know, because my rapist wasn't cool with that. My mother's rapist wasn't cool with that. Most rapists aren't okay with that, because the fact is that rape is this is not coming at you. Rape is an entirely selfish crime, and I think you can agree with that.
I agree 100%.
And I'm glad that we can agree on that topic. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh, what you're doing is wrong, because you have the right to publicly protest. I'm not going to sit here and say what you're doing is wrong.
Okay.
But I think that some of the information in your booklets, because can I see them real quick? I'm not.
Sure.
I'm not trying to yell at you.
Did you get one yet?
I have one. I'm just going to point out that most of these women in this rape column, they do love their child, and that's fine. They can love their child. But the fact is that putting it in a broad spectrum and broadly like pushing out all rapists loving abortion and all rapists loving this isn't true.
Well, do you believe that you have inherent value because you're human?
I think everyone has inherent value, but the fact is that there are no brain cells. There are, like, educate yourself on the science behind it, because you are not a woman. Obviously, you are a woman, but you're not going to say, like, you're not saying anything because I'm having a conversation, and I appreciate that.
Okay, can you show me a textbook?
A textbook? Go in the science building right over there.
I have. I do my research before I come to every campus.
And I'm glad that you do your research.
Embryology, anatomy, biology, all say that we are human at conception.
That's also something that's said in the Bible, though, so you can see where it's
but I'm not citing the Bible right now.
I'm not saying that you are, but you can kind of see where it's coming from, of the fact of it looks like a religious thing.
But you're denying the science.
I don't care that they can be a baby, but the fact is that they can be a baby. They can be whatever they want to be. They can be a man, they can be a woman, they can be whatever the fuck they want to be. But the fact is that if it comes from a situation like this is my only problem. I don't care about like the rest of it. I don't care about the Jesus Christ. I don't care about that. I care about the rapists.
So 99% of abortions you would be against?
I don't care about, it's everyone's choice. It's their own choice. I'm pro-choice. I don't care if you have an abortion. I don't care if you don't.
Okay, this is less than 1% of all abortions.
This is my biggest problem, though, because this is making it seem like rapists love abortion. Rapists usually have sex and take. Oh, hi, Lindsay. I just wanted to like bring this up and be like, this sign is my biggest issue. I don't care about the rest of it. The rest of it, cool. Protest what you want, but like the whole pedophiles love abortion thing. Most pedophiles love little kids, and most.
Okay, well, I don't know where you're getting your information. Statistically, this sign is correct.
Okay. They can love abortion, but the fact is...
There's going to be exceptions to every sign.
There's going to be... Yeah, of course there is. I'm not going to sit here and deny that. And I'm trying to see it from... Like, if you can't tell, I'm trying to see it from your point of view. Like, I'm not trying to argue. I really do want to see your point of view and see, like, all of this. But I just, as a personal opinion, I don't think that, like, it is a general... Like, I feel like maybe just the whole, like, way that things have been brought about. Like,
Right. So did they show you your abortion after you had it?
No, because I was only 2 weeks along. Like, I was only like And I
So you just took the pill?
yeah, I just took
Okay.
the pill, and it was a rape case. Like it was just like an older man who had taken advantage of me. So it was a different situation.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And I appreciate your apology, and I appreciate that you're willing to like hear my point of view and hear out me, because you know most people wouldn't. Most of the people that come on these campuses are just here to argue. I see where you're coming from, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate that you're not like sitting here screaming.
Well, no,
in my
one of the
face.
things that we like to bring to the college campus is that how come nobody's talking about the men?
Oh no, I agree. Men are raped. Men are.
No,
I-
no. I'm
and-
saying why aren't we holding men accountable?
Thank you. Okay, now I can't even look at you like you're dumb. Like I wanted to be like, this is stupid and this is dumb, but the fact is that the men need to be held accountable.
Right. A lot of abortions happen because the woman's left to defend herself.
And I really appreciate the fact that you're
And
willing to,
we
you know,
should have more laws that actually force lazy
deadbeat
deadbeat
piece of
men
shit. Yeah.
to actually own up to what they've done, because they go to
Also,
part.
you are beautiful, by the way. I've been looking at you, and you're really pretty. And I just wanted to compliment you because, like, I'm not here to argue with you. I just want to hear your point of view
Yeah.
because I'm someone who's going to hear everybody's point of view.
I think we agree on more than we disagree.
Yeah, I'm just most of the anti-abortion stuff comes from a political standpoint.
Sure.
And political standpoints aren't my biggest thing, and I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate the fact that you're willing to be like, okay, well, it's mostly men, it's mostly this, and that's something that a lot of, you know, pro-life people don't
Yep.
take into accountability.
That's right.
So I can kind of understand now, and I appreciate you explaining your point of view. However, we still can agree to disagree.
Sure.
I'm still pro-choice, but the fact is that I do care, and I think that most
Yep.
women deserve, you know.
I made this one up with all of these women resources for
I
people
do-
to go to
I
in
do
our area.
appreciate the fact that you aren't like, you are giving like background information on, you know, even if someone does need an abortion.
Sure.
So what I'm understanding, at least from this conversation, is that you're not entirely against it. You're just against it when it's not necessary.
I'm 100% against abortion.
Okay.
I don't believe that there is an instance where it should be defended. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like.
And that's where we'll disagree.
Yeah.
Because I believe that the abortion, in essence, of what you're doing is you are deciding this child is not going to live for
Okay.
whatever emotional, whatever,
physical reason,
right?
whatever, yeah.
Okay, for whatever reason, and I believe that that's taken away the human rights of someone who has already started life.
And I do understand where you're coming from. I do just want to make like a quick point of what if the mother will not survive the birth? Like, say the child has some disability and is going to die after birth. Is that an exception to you?
If
If it is a medical exception.
the woman or the child, I'm kind of confused here.
If the woman was going to die after birth and the child was also going to die after birth, like if the woman had some medical problem that the child also inherited and was going to die, like the woman who was kept on life support, I think you heard about that earlier in the year. She was kept on life support to have her child, and that child came out blind and is likely to die. I feel like that is where it kind of is like a situation where it's either, because if that child is going to die already, why would you put that child through that suffering? That's my opinion.
Okay, so none of us are prophets,
Yeah.
and none of us have a crystal ball, right?
I mean, I understand, but it's when the doctor.
So he's actually got a testimony of they did a test on his. You want to tell her?
Yeah, so my wife was pregnant, and they saw some things that, you know, kind of alarmed him a little bit. And essentially they wanted to push for testing, and I said, well, okay, I'm not against testing, but, you know, for what purpose? And essentially they said, well, you know, basically to decide whether you'd want to abort the baby or not, right? And so we said, well, you know, we're Christians and we respect your, you know, your thoughts as a doctor. We respect that, but, you know, really at this point, abortion for us really isn't, you know,
And that's
an
understandable
option.
because it's against your religion.
Yeah,
it's
and
not
so,
like
but where I'm going with this is, now, you know, there are statistics, and I'm not going to deny the statistics of what our son had, but it is a good example of we don't ultimately know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Even the doctors, you know, even though the statistics are on their side, but they're not always right either, and that's what my argument would be. So my son had trisomy 18. It's the 18th chromosome. Are you familiar with it?
Yeah,
And it is horrific.
It is
and
horrific.
I know the statistics, and I can understand why they want to push for abortion,
But
because
also that's your son, and I can understand
right.
where you
And
came from.
so
that.
my son actually was born, and he actually lived for 7 months. You know, and we had 7 months with him, and as far as
And
we could
honestly,
tell,
I can agree why you decided to go through with that decision
Right.
because, like, okay, the point that I'm trying to make is that some women don't really have that option. Like you made that point earlier, some women don't have that option because they aren't financially able to take care of a child. The child may have something that can kill them, like something in the future. And I just wanted to make that point, like I don't disagree with you, but at the same time, it's just like how it's gone about, if that makes sense, like
Sure.
how it's gone about, because people usually go about this very aggressively. People usually go about this topic negatively. The people at Planned Parenthood, when I went to go get my abortion, because I was, everything happened, I had rocks thrown at my head because of a group of people. And this isn't like Buffalo area, this is like, I think, down by Olean,
Okay.
because it's Olean and it's a small town.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. That shouldn't have happened either.
And I appreciate it. Like,
I agree with that.
yeah, no, and I don't think I've ever seen you guys at Planned Parenthood like harassing people because
No, we do stand at our Planned Parenthood,
But
just
that's-
like this.
But you're not screaming
Right, we're
people
not,
in the
we're not.
face, which is what I can respect, because you're not getting in people's faces and
Right.
screaming. Because I'm sorry, but people will scream in their face. You will
Mm-hmm.
get and I know that you've probably had people scream in your face here, and I can kind of understand, and I can also kind of understand where you're coming from, and I just want